Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about something interesting, adulting. Yeah, and as you've heard, adulthood na scam. Yeah, adulthood na scam. But I want to address it in a different way. I don't know why I'm sounding very formal. Adulthood na scam. I understand that because it's looking as if we're alone, like there's nobody out there to help us. If we fall, we're still the same person that's going to pick ourselves up. And it's going to sound ironical because in the last episode we did talk about responsibility. What I'm about to say now is that you're not alone. It hasn't always been like that. The reason why adulthood at this present age seems like a whole lot is because our sense of community is no longer there. I remember growing up, we grew up in, I wouldn't call it an estate. What we used to call it then is compound. It might not be the English terminology for it, but then you know what I mean. It's compound where you have a couple of houses. The houses are not fenced, probably a lot of flats in the houses, all these quarters, civil servant quarters, and everybody knew like 70% what was happening in the neighbor's house. Honestly speaking, when you come back from school, this is a whole routine. When you come back from school, so you just walk from school, you walk to the house, you play football, you kick around with some friends, do some police and thieves, do some hide and seek and all. Then before you get to watch cartoons and stuff, and then you get home, get to dinner, and then start the whole day again. But there was that sense of community. There was that sense that you're not alone. And people can always help. There's a reason why we have a lot of intermarriages now. It's not a bad thing, by the way. It's a very, very good, beautiful thing. It's because a lot of people are breaking out of that community. It's good in some areas, and then it's bad in some areas. It's bad in the sense that most times it makes us feel like we're alone. It makes us feel like we are the only person, we're the only one that has me. Like nobody, if you help my case, nobody go ask if you don't job. That other part that says when you go broke, nobody's going to send you money. And it's true because you're an adult. Those responsibilities now fall on you. But it wasn't always like that previously, because even when they were adult, they were turning adult, they still had uncles, aunties, people that they can look up to, for not necessarily money, but advice, people that will help you. Okay, you want to meet this person, you want to see this person, people that they owe favors to, okay, you're going to Kano, you're going to Kaduna, you're going to another state, you're going to Lagos. Okay, when you get to Lagos, so call this person, call this person, call this person, you can stay there, you can stay. You understand the kind of thing? But how it is right now is like it's you against the world. It's you against the world, and that's what's really making adulthood seem difficult, because we don't have that sense of community. I was reading the research. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link in the description so you can read it for yourself. I'll drop a couple of links about community, and then it was comparing the growth and development of people in communities and people outside communities. That's also to a great extent. I don't blame the alphabet people, because they're trying to fit into a community. Because where they are over there in the Western world, the traditional community has been broken down, battered over and over again by their government and people they put in power, Because without a sense of community, you cannot grow. The same thing like when the Bible says, okay, do not give up the gathering of the saints, talking about Christians, because without that community, without a gathering of saints, without a community, there's no way for you to grow. There's no way for you to learn new things. There's no avenue for you to be taught. There's no avenue for you to subject yourself to higher authority for accountability. There's one thing for you to be accountable to yourself. It's another thing for you to be accountable to other people, because then you have people that are watching over you. You have people that you report to, and then it helps you grow, because you know that it's not just you. People are watching, people are praying for you, people, and they are going to also from their own part see to it that you become the best version of yourself. Iron sharpens iron. If we don't have that sense of community, it's really going to feel very alone. And that sense of community is different for different people. It can be a couple of friends, you just sit around and you just talk, you just chat. Close people, it doesn't have to be large. Your community can just be 4 people, 3 people, 2 people that you know and you're close with that have your best interest at heart. Your community can be your church, your religious place. Your community can be there because there is regular meetings there, which is very, very good. People in community actually excel more than people that try to do life on their own. Particularly the one I read, particularly was referring to, I'm a Christian, so I'm biased. Let's just leave it that way. Yes, so they do better than if you're that person. Because when you have a community, you understand that not all the weight is on your shoulder. You can for a second just step back a bit and things will still be fine. That's the beauty of a community. But when you're on your own, when you're alone, at the moment you step your feet off the gas, it's like you're going to instantly go out of the road because nobody is there to help you. We all need community. I understand that a lot of us want to, as young adults, we want to do our thing, we want to find our path, blah blah blah, do all these things. But friends, it's not how fast you can run at the start of the race. It's not your speed to get to it's not your acceleration to get to your top speed. It's how long do you actually last in it? How long do you actually last in it? And for you to be able to last and go over and over again, you have to. Community is important. Community is important. It's not a compelling thing. I can't tell you have to get a community because like I said, I'm not a life coach. I'm not a guru. I don't think I believe in life coaches anyway. But yeah, I'm not a guru. I'm not autonomy of knowledge. I'm just speaking from principles and facts and things that have worked for different people. Community is very, very important. Iron sharpening iron. If you don't have iron sharpening iron, anytime the iron gets used, the iron gives out value, the iron is going to get blunt. And if there is no other iron sharpening that iron, before you know it, that iron is going to wear out. It's going to get to a point where you can't even use the iron anymore. The iron becomes useless. If you want to go fast, you go alone. You want to go far, you go with people. I'm not necessarily saying you have to go with a crowd. Just a few good people that you know have your best interest at heart. That's the best way to do adulthood. I recently joined this community of people. Fortunately, I've not been able to go for one of the meetings. But I joined this community of people, and it's a mental health group. Yeah. So what they do is they hold meetings, and then you come around, you sit and just sit and chat, like keep up with stuff and make sure you're in the right mind space and head space, and that's really, really helpful. That's really, really helpful. That's really helpful. A lot of times, now let me speak to Christians. A lot of times we go to church, and for most of us, church is not really a place where we get to communicate with people. It's sad, but that's the truth. A lot of us, church is not a place where we get to communicate with people because maybe after church we've jumped out, we've gone home, or maybe there's a lot of activities in church and there's not enough time to communicate with people because everybody feels like, oh, they have things to do, Sunday we want to rest, blah blah blah. And I'm not saying everybody has the right to do what they want to do, you understand? So, but it's important to find a community. It's important to find a community. I advise you find one in church or among people that have like beliefs as you do. Because if they don't have like beliefs as you do, it's going to be a problem because it's not really a community. Because your community is supposed to help you grow. It's supposed to hold you accountable. I mean, people have like beliefs as you do. Even when you're messing up, you're making mistakes, they can hold you accountable. They can call you to those things. They can help you remember. They can remind you of those things that you've forgotten. So that when you're drifting out of the norm, when you're drifting out of what you should be doing, they can pull you back, they can knock your head, they can drag your ear and pull you back to the right course. So it's important you get people that are like-minded like you, that hold the same belief system as you do. Don't go looking for a community that you don't belong in. You're only going to stress yourself out, and you're still going to look so much like an outcast in that community. So look for people that are like-minded like you, and you will gel very well. Community is a very, very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. It's not one thing that we're supposed to grow out of, in a sense, because then you have all these communities everywhere. There's oh God, Lord help me. Just too many Christian groups are coming to my head. But anyway, let me say, you have full gospel businessmen for business people. You have all of those things. You have home sales. You have those kind of community. Let me not mention more church groups, but you understand. You have those kind of community. I wouldn't want to say neighborhood communities, because I stay in Abuja. And I can tell you can live somewhere for 10 years without knowing who your neighbors are. But if you have a very good neighborhood community, I advise that you don't take that for granted. I mean a very good neighborhood community I'm talking about. So when you guys just come to bitch about problems now. But I mean like a sensible neighborhood community, that's cool. If you have a community from friends, from school, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Remember, community, like minds. They don't necessarily always have to be your age. And this is the reason why, because people that are older than you would always help you avoid mess that you're going through right now, because they have seen through that process, and to a great extent they can understand what you're going through. So community is very, very important. Adulthood won't be scam if you have other people trying to hold you up when it gets weary, like Moses had. You understand? Okay, I think that's all for today. I'm still going to drop one last video before the end of this year. Yes, one last video before the end of this year. It's a very, very good year. Thank you for staying with me. My videos. If you didn't watch the previous episode, please, I'll drop the description below. You can go and watch it. If you want to send me a mail, you want to talk to me, you have something you want to share with me, you have an issue, you want to inquire anything about, just drop me a mail. You want to hang out with me, but you just want to chat with friends. But I'm not doing talking stage with anybody. You just want to chat. My Gmail is down there, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes.